Almost forgot to press the go live button on Instagram side.
Oops.
We're just gonna start in a couple more minutes. Make sure that. All right, we're on Facebook as well. Okay. Alrighty. How you doing, Ribhu?
Good, man. How's it going? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's I think we missed last week's deal of the week. I think we were both swamped with you with the mortgage side of things and me with I was writing multiple offers offers, so that was a little fun. But yeah, we are back, and we are back for another episode of Deal of the Week. As you guys might have realized, the market has been pretty crazy for us lately. No, we're not talking about everything going crazy above asking like 2021 by any means, but it's a dramatic difference to what we've been dealing with, I don't know, for the last 6 months, you would say?
Yeah, although I did lose out on a multiple offer situation yesterday.
You personally?
Me personally.
Happens. How many offers was it?
8.
Oh, I know exactly which one it is. That was a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, too bad you lost. You didn't go full 2021. That's what it takes to win.
Apparently, I was not going to go full 2021, but maybe I'm going to have to go back there. Get a couple of flips going again.
Yeah, like honestly, that one, you and I both know what we're talking about here. That was a great property.
Yeah.
Definitely top tier clickbait pricing for sure, but it worked very well.
Yeah, for sure. Although I won't lie, like what it went for, I'm impressed.
I think the FOMO might have. I honestly believe it sold for maybe about 15,000 higher than what it should have.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Is it right on the dot?
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? That's the market, right? What you say, what is worth. Ultimately, the market is what dictates what is really worth, and we can argue between us all day, but ultimately, we are looking in the past, and the market of the present is the present, and we don't know what it is today compared to yesterday. So, but yeah, today we have an interesting property that we're going to look at. This one is technically off market. It's something that's going to be hitting the MLS tomorrow. I will be listing it, actually co-listing it with another agent in Kingston, Mohammed Bat. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, dude. I just call you Mo. Out of Kingston, and our mutual client, he finished a duplex conversion, and he is going to be listing it for sale tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at it today, and I know last time we had a commenter in the last time we had a commenter saying that, funny enough, when you weren't here, they were saying I was biased towards that analysis because it was my own listing. But honestly, we analyze this stuff the same way we analyze any other property. And in fact, the reason why the numbers look so good is because we tell our clients, I mean, at least I tell my client that this is the number we need to list at. Otherwise, it's not going to be attractive to investors.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So, okay. So let's get into it. This property is, let me pull the share screen up. This property is 189 Sydney Street, and this property is right in Trenton.
Sydney Street, Trenton, right?
Sydney Street, Trenton. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Trenton, Trenton is a city slightly smaller than Belleville. It's got that's not the Moya River, Trent River, splitting it right in half. And one of the, I would say, main contributors to the economy in Trenton is the Canadian Forces Base that you see here. It employs several thousand people, and the military members, and then their spouses, and then the additional services that go behind it is really moves the economy of Trenton. And this property is I would say probably a, I don't know, 4-minute drive to the base.
Yeah. Very, very
Yeah.
short. Yeah.
So since there's no actual MLS listing quite yet, I'm just going to show you what it looks like on Street View. This is the property. I think the current owners might have been renovating it at the time. You can see the dump trailer right there.
Yeah.
And all this stuff here. So what they've done with this property, that when they bought this property, it was in some serious need of some renovations, and they took this beautiful bungalow, and they not only did they renovate it throughout from top to bottom, they also got the building permits to turn the basement into a legal 2-unit property. So as you can probably see, let me move over here a little bit. There's a side door right here.
Nice.
And we all know what we do with that. So the front door goes into a new, nicely renovated 3-bed, 1-bath unit.
Yeah.
And the side door goes straight down to the basement, where you'll find a 2-bed, 1-bath unit.
Nice.
So, and I want to point out that there is a metal roof, so that's gonna save you money in the long run. And what they did outside was that they also widened this driveway to be double wide. Obviously, because if you're gonna have 2 units, each tenant needs their own lane of parking, ideally. And towards the back, they actually kind of annexed part of the backyard for additional parking, just to, because we know, and I think there's lots of parking, because I think one of the few things that I think some of the more Toronto investors come and they get confused about, they're asking me, oh, where's the major transit routes? Where's the subway? Where's that? Where's the GO train? I'm like, no. If you live in Trenton and you don't have a car, you're gonna starve to death.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about starve, but yes. Yeah.
Right. Like there is there public transit? Yes, but it's not pleasant to use.
It's also very common for people to have recreational vehicles of some sort. Like, we're right by Sandbanks, right? People here love the outdoors. It's very common. People want, like, they might have one car, but they might have an ATV or a boat or something, and they want that extra space. And there's not a lot of properties that offer that. And when properties do offer that, people want it despite everything else. So that's a good call by them.
Exactly. And people love their trucks here. So when you go into the HD class of 3,500, what looks like 3 parking spots suddenly becomes 1.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we just got the photos done Monday. We just got them today, so I'm gonna go through them with you.
Okay.
Here.
Cool.
So that's what it looks like now. So you can see that they did some landscaping here. They actually resodded the entire front. Remember how the shrubs you saw in the front here? This is all gone now. It's all grass now.
That's night and day difference, man. Jeez.
I know, right? They have mulch here. I don't know if this path is new or not. It looks new. Definitely looks nothing like what was here before.
Yeah.
But they might have just cleaned it up. I can't really tell, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it looks beautiful from the front. Here are the steps. And here's what the upstairs unit looks like.
Oh, nice. Good job, guys.
And of course, you see the electrical panel here. That means there's 1 panel on each floor, of course.
Yeah.
Just going to check Instagram to make sure there's no comments there. Cool. Awesome. And let's go through the photos. So that's the front door there, you see?
Yeah.
Nice big windows and lots of natural light.
Very cool.
Brand new kitchen, of course. I think everything in this unit is brand new.
It looks brand new. Like, it looks like a very good job.
Yeah. There's definitely new flooring, paint, trim, kitchen. They put the laundry with the kitchen because that makes the most logical sense from a plumbing perspective. And I think that's the European style. Like Europeans like to keep their laundry in the kitchen, right? Where I've been told.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd
actually never verified it.
My theory, just theory, is very expensive to own in Europe.
Okay.
This place is a lot smaller. I travel to Europe, everything is like really small and compact. So like they don't need a lot of space. Or no, they didn't want a lot of space. But I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know if they actually like it there, but I feel like a lot of apartments are really small.
Well, you got to keep in mind that, this is a duplex. So the basement has now been removed from this unit's equation.
Yeah.
So we all know 99% of the time the laundry is in the basement. So when you take the basement away for the other unit, you have to find a spot upstairs for the laundries. And this looks like a perfect spot for it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Nice finishes. More of the living room. Pot lights above. I think this is a bedroom.
Okay.
Just a couple of angles of the same room. Nice size closets. New light fixtures. Like everything is new, pretty much.
Nice.
I think that's the same angle. There's your bathroom. Double sink. It's technically a 5-piece then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And here's what I mean by the parking in the back.
Pretty well done.
So you could park, like, if you pull in and then you go, like, I don't know, how do I say it? Perpendicular to the driveway, you can park another 3 or 4 cars, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. So people underestimate how important parking is out here in the more smaller towns, but it's so important, dude.
It is very, very important. It's not
If
about
you only-
minimum care. It's about you want to create an environment people want to live in, especially you got a 3-bedroom. It's 3-bedroom upstairs, right?
3-bed up. So there's a very good chance there definitely need 2. There is a chance you might need 3 cars if you got like an adult child living with, like, 50-year-old parents. Happens a lot.
Yeah, and I mean it's not even that. It's like, yeah, you got a child who's going to Loyalist, or you got a child who's going somewhere and they're working, and they drive to work, like you said. Nobody's taking the bus an hour to go somewhere that'll take 10 minutes to drive.
No, like then the buses, the routes are scarce and they don't come that often.
Yeah.
So they're not really practical from a day-to-day perspective, But if you had to use them, you can get by.
Yeah, 100%.
So here's an angle showing you the side door. I specifically asked the photographer to take a photo of this because I know how much we appreciate it as investors.
Yes. Big time.
So you can see the stairs down.
Yeah. It's well done.
The basement. Yeah, very well done. Kitchen tucked away. Laundry right there as well. Nice. Pot lights in the ceiling. They use the exact same cabinets and countertops as the upstairs. So it's essentially the same kitchen, just a little bit smaller, right?
Yeah.
You still got a dishwasher. You got your stainless steel appliances. I think these appliances are exactly the same as upstairs, actually.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, I think that everything is brand new. You can actually, you know how I know it's brand new? That the blue from the manufacturer is still there.
Yeah,
those are a pain to remove, by the way.
Yeah.
Have you tried removing those?
Yeah. I don't do it anymore. I messed up the first time, and I'm like, never again.
It's a little hard to see, but you can see here the electrical panels here as well.
Yeah.
Beside the fridge there. So that's how you know there's 2 panels, one for each unit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the bathroom. Down here is a shower and a single sink, 3-piece bath. Because generally lower units, you tend to get more of a young couple, right?
Yeah.
Bedroom, nice big windows, big window well, lots of light, nice light fixtures.
Nice.
Yeah. Mechanical room. There's a hot. So interestingly, I was told that it is plumbed separately for 2 units, but they only have 1 hot water tank.
Okay.
I was told that it was very straightforward to just put a second tank in there and then split the 2 water meters if you wanted to.
Yeah, and especially if you do electrical water tank, right? Because is gas separated?
Exactly. No, it's only 1 gas meter.
Yeah.
And it heats both units. You can tell because the in-duct smoke detector does right here.
Oh yeah, true. Look at that. Right.
It looks like a graphics card for anyone who's a computer nerd like me. It's just like looks like it's taped onto the return air.
Yeah.
And here's the floor plan. Yeah, so you have your 3 beds upstairs, right? A nice 5-piece bath, kitchen, living room. And downstairs you have a bedroom, and an enormous living room, kitchen, and there's a bit of a utility room. There's actually a little storage room, a cold cellar. I think that's underneath the front porch. Yes, that's underneath the front porch. Right. So that's it for the photos. I am gonna need your contribution here regarding what you think the rent is. So oh yeah, I've been holding out, you guys. We are listing at 619,900. No, yes, that's it. That is who we're listing at.
Nice.
619.
Cool.
So based on what you saw, the 3-bed up and 2-bed down, what do you think the utilities rent numbers are. I was thinking maybe 22 top, 18 bottom, which puts you in the 4,000. Is that what you're thinking?
I think that's fair. For Trenton, in that area,
Because if this was Belleville, you'd be looking at 42, 43, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I think
we're
that's
in Trenton.
fair.
We gotta tone it down a little bit.
Yeah,
4,000 is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Property taxes, I have it right here. 2236 divided by 12. I know, right? The property taxes are like half of Belleville's.
Yeah.
Insurance, we always put 150 for duplexes, right?
Yeah.
Repairs and maintenance, I have 2% here. Normally we put 5, but in this case, this house is brand new from the scratch, so it's almost a new build in that aspect. Would you say 2% repairs and maintenance is fair?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit because I've done a lot of renos and still put 5.
Just put 5. Gotcha.
Because just you never know.
And property management, I have 6% for 240, but we know a excellent property management company known as Olympus Property Management that will manage it for $100 per door for these really nice properties that you can get a lot of money for. But I'm gonna leave it like this just because for reality's sakes. Maybe you don't necessarily want to use Olympus Properties Management, right?
Look at that burn.
But I don't see why you wouldn't want to save $40. Utilities, so the $4,000 a month, I'm already assuming plus utilities. I know the heat isn't separable, but I was gonna say you do a 60-40 split.
Sure.
What are your thoughts? Is the $4,000 you had in mind already including plus utilities?
No. So I think that's fair. Either you do a split like that, or you add it to rent and just say
you charge more, right?
Yeah, you charge more. Yeah. So either or it'll offset.
Like either you put 200 here and then you put 4,200 here.
Yeah.
Right. Or you put 4,000 here and then you put 0 here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, we're in Belleville, Trenton area. Condo fees is always going to be 0. These are freehold properties. I almost never look at condos. No offense to condo investors here, but I just don't like the thought of not being in control of my properties. And the condo fees are usually what ruins this cash flow sheet, anyways. I find.
Yeah. Condos in Belleville for investments are tough for sure.
Except for there's the occasional, as one of our mutual clients has those, the four bed condo townhouses for 300,000. Those are fine. You make $24,000 in rent, you only buy for 300,000. Like, who cares if the condo fee is $400, right?
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of those condo buckets with the condo townhouse where you just cash flow on the buy like crazy. It's weird. It's wild.
Yeah. For you guys that are watching, like, if all you got is $60K as a down payment, dude, you can cash flow with those. It's crazy.
Yeah.
300K purchase price, you get a nice. You can get like $2,400 a month for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think I had a client he bought a place with people coming in. Like, they already had tenants in there paying $2,400. So that was pretty cool. All right. Moving on to the mortgage side of things. Our purchase price is $619, 20% down, which gives us a mortgage of roughly $500,000. What's our interest rates like today? Have things changed since the announcement?
So the fixed rates had already kind of come down ahead of the announcement.
Yeah.
So what I would say is rates are coming down. I'd still use that as a posted rate right now.
Okay.
That's 5.3. But what we're seeing on the ground is that pretty much every rate discount we request has been approved. And
how much of a discount are we asking for? You talking
so it's usually based on the bond yield market that day, right? So I mean, we've gotten now 3-year fixed as low as like 5.09. And like insured, let's say you're house hacking this, right? Let's say you're gonna do a house hack on this with like a 5-year insured mortgage, you're looking at like 4.6. Like it's starting to get down there for sure. Even variable rates right now are starting to make sense again.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. So it's interesting. But let's use 5.3 because rate discounts aren't guaranteed. Yeah.
No. But you can always reach out to Ribhu if you actually want him to see what you're looking at in reality.
Yeah.
So that puts us in a mortgage monthly payment of around just $2,700 a month.
Yeah.
So you're cash down around $120K. Land transfer tax, actually, I don't know if you guys can see, I actually figured out the Excel formula to make it work. I'm so proud of that, by the way. It adjusts automatically now. I don't have to go back to Rate Hub to calculate it. Legal fees $1,500, inspection $500. You're all in around $135,000, which I think it's not bad by any means.
No, not for.
Oh no, I pressed back. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, we're back.
Here we go.
All right. So with all these numbers in place, we got income of 4,000 minus vacancy minus expenses. Our net operating income is 3,100 ish. Our mortgage payment is 2,750. So we already know it's cash flows, and in fact, it cash flows almost $400 a month in a turnkey product.
Not turnkey. That's nuts.
Isn't that not like? And it's wild that people are like overlooking this, and they're just buying some random ass $800K condo and that rents for $2,300 a month, when you can buy this thing for just a hair over $600K and make $4,000 a month.
Yeah, like it definitely is starting to especially with it being harder to qualify for mortgage, because even though rates are coming down, it's still relatively high for higher loan. Like, a lot of times you're doing all this work to do a burr and you're not pulling a whole lot of money out anymore. Like, if you have the cash, this is a lot lower risk option for sure. And just sit on it. Like, sit on it till 2026, 2027, and then my best properties that I own to this date are the ones that I've held the longest, for sure.
Yeah. And I think, most likely if you have this kind of cash ready to go, and there's a very high chance that if you're watching this, you probably have a high paying career.
Yeah.
And you know what? You don't necessarily need to deviate from that path and go into full time investor, boots on the ground, swinging the hammer, calling the contractors. Because if you can excel in your job and then just keep buying these, I think you'll do very good in the long run.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And of course, you look at the numbers, you're looking at almost $5,000 a year in cash flow alone. In your first year alone, you're going to pay down almost $7,000 of your mortgage, plus your appreciation, which 5% is probably not unreasonable.
I'm going to correct you there for a second, George.
Yes.
Your tenants are going to pay almost $7,000 down off your principal and your mortgage.
That's true. Yeah, thank you, tenants, for paying this mortgage on my behalf, because realistically, when you buy a cash flow neutral or better property, after your 30 years are over, who really made the mortgage payments? Not me. Yeah. My tenants did.
Yeah. Big time.
So yeah, looking at this, you're looking at just a 30% ROI on your money with turnkey. You buy this, we're talking about, you buy this, you close on it, you don't even show up. You give the lockbox code to Ribhu here, and he rents it. You literally don't have to do anything.
Well, Christina, but yeah, I get your point.
Christina, yes, Christina's gonna go do it. And you're gonna say, oh, but it's gonna change my numbers. I've already accounted for this here, right? Yeah. It's already in this. We're assuming you're gonna spend on average $200 a month on repairs and maintenance, $240 a month on property management, and even the little vacancy we're gonna have, we already accounted for that as well. Like,
as somebody who drives back and forth from Belleville a lot, you're gonna spend that in gas or train tickets.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. Just saying.
And honestly, if you manage this yourself, you're looking at an extra cash flow. You're looking at over $500 cash flow on a turnkey asset. And I know, like, if you're a newer investor and you have some time on your hands, I think it's not a bad idea to manage yourself, assuming you take the time to learn all the rules and talk to everybody you know about the pitfalls and what you should watch out for. That's what I did when I started, and I definitely don't regret any second of it. And
you took the time though, so you got to be realistic with the time commitment. That it's not going to be a part that, like, you got to spend the time. And 100%, you're right. It's a great way to learn.
Yeah, but if you make $400,000 a year, don't even bother, dude.
Yeah, why are you setting $40?
Like, I had a guy who said, I think he was going to some kind of investment banking after. Yeah. And his prospects were like $300,000 a year plus in income, and he was worrying about what would happen if the tenant's toilet leaked. And I'm like, dude, this needs to be outsourced.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is an investment, right? Just like any other investment, manage it
Yeah.
based on the numbers. Don't die on the soil.
No.
No.
Everybody hire someone to do what they're good at so you can get paid a lot of money for what you're good at. That's always been my motto. I am not ashamed to pay someone a healthy whatever they're worth for whatever they're good at, because I don't want to necessarily go through the path of learning that myself. All right, guys. What do you think of that? What do you think of that property? Was this something that you would consider buying, especially someone maybe earlier in your career when you didn't have the construction experience and you just knew that you had to buy a property that cash flows? Would this check your boxes?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, the rental looks very well done. You're buying you're buying it in good shape. Because, I think I was looking at the market a lot this past week, and there are a couple duplexes up cheaper. But they're going to come with so many unknown aspects and like headaches, and you're not going to have a high quality asset. So,
No.
if I were back in time, 100%. If I had to after this, I'd do that. I mean, back in time, I was living in Belleville, I'd house hack this again, right?
I would live upstairs, rent out the basement, and also rent out a couple of rooms upstairs.
100%.
Then I would be living imagine living in this quality home for free. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, and you probably would, because the mortgage payment wasn't very much.
No. In fact, I've already had a few people call me just from the sign I put out yesterday saying that they want to live with their family member of some sort. There's a huge demand for this. So if you're an investor, you're thinking about, okay, I buy this, but who am I going to sell it to when I'm ready to get rid of it? Am I going to sell it to another investor? Not necessarily.
No, especially not something like this where it's like so well done, right?
Mm-hmm. This is gorgeous, and I think it's very well priced. I might have had some influence on the pricing, but I think the pricing is it's almost like the numbers make sense, right?
Yeah.
And to give you some context, I sold a duplex last week on Carrying Place Road, and we sold that for $665. That actually broke the record for duplexes in Trenton overall in the last 12 months. To be fair, there was something sold for $685 or $675, like beginning of June 2022. Otherwise, I would have said we broke the 3-year record. But from here forward, it's been at least 24 months of nothing selling for more than that price. So things are definitely changing, and demand for this kind of pricing, for this kind of duplex, for this quality, like you can't even get a bungalow that's ugly in Oshawa for this price.
No.
Right?
No.
So to think that you can buy this and just make $4,000 right off the bat is pretty wild to me.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's good property, man.
Yeah,
good job
I thought so.
Good job.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this guy that did it, he's definitely moved on from the gray that's used 2 years ago. I'm very glad for that, because this color is what's in right now. This kind of what would you call the color of the flooring? It's like a blonde, sandy beach kind of vibe.
Yeah, don't ask me about colors, bro.
But this is what's in right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
There's a reason I went to the mortgages and not a realtor. I see green and red, aka positive and negative cash flow, and that's about it.
I mean, ultimately, that is what matters to me as well. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoy this. This thing is going to be hitting the MLS sometime tomorrow. At this time tomorrow, you search 189 Sydney Street on Realtor.ca. It's going to show up, and this property is going to be right there for $619,900. So if you are interested in to take a look, or if you have any questions about this property, definitely feel free to reach out. My Instagram tag is right there at Cashflow George. That's the preferred way for you to contact me, and you can get me on georgewang.ca as well. Or if you're interested in any other duplex opportunities like this one. And Ribhu, if someone wanted to find out how they could best finance something like this, whether they're buying this and converting themselves and refinancing after, or buying a turnkey like this, how can they reach you?
Yeah, so Instagram's always good. If you're probably watching this on Instagram, so ribhu.rampersad, it's right on the screen. Or you can email me at ribhu@rampersad.ca.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, Instagram's probably the quickest, or an email. I get back pretty quick. If you want to work on a pre-approval, get things lined up so you can offer, especially heading into the summer market, hit me up.
All right, guys. We will hopefully see you guys this time next week, unless something comes up again. But based on how the market goes, I don't know. We might very well might be.
Yeah. See you next week, maybe.
All right.